When Queen Elizabeth II passed away on September 8, 2022, the world did not simply mourn the loss of a monarch. It mourned the end of an era, a chapter in British history that had spanned over 70 years. Queen Elizabeth had been a steady presence, a constant figure of strength and dignity in a rapidly changing world. Her reign had weathered the turbulence of war, societal upheaval, and political change, making her not just a monarch but a living embodiment of British history. Yet, the royal family's grief was only the beginning. Behind the closed doors of Buckingham Palace, the royal household braced itself for a storm of revelations that would alter the monarchy's future forever. The reading of Queen Elizabeth's will was a momentous occasion, one that would shake the royal family to its core. Prince William, the future king, was tasked with carefully opening the document that would outline the Queen's final wishes. As the eldest son of King Charles III, he had already taken on a significant role within the royal family. Yet now, with the passing of his grandmother, he was thrust into the spotlight, carrying the weight of both personal and public expectations. In addition to the responsibilities of a future monarch, William found himself dealing with the intense pressure of navigating the monarchy's future, one that had been shaped by his grandmother's decisions and the revelations contained within her will. As Prince William sifted through the contents of the will, it became clear that Queen Elizabeth's final wishes were far more than a simple distribution of wealth and titles. The will was not just a financial document, it was a blueprint for the monarchy's legacy. The decisions outlined within would redefine the royal family's structure, challenge long-held traditions, and reshape the monarchy's role in the modern world. The Queen's final will, it seemed, was a carefully constructed plan that would bridge the past and the future, ensuring the survival of the monarchy in an era that was increasingly skeptical of its relevance. In the year following Queen Elizabeth's death, Prince William found himself not only mourning the loss of his beloved grandmother but also facing unprecedented personal and public challenges. The royal family had been rocked by the news of two shocking cancer diagnoses, one involving his wife, Catherine, and the other his father, King Charles. At the same time, William had to step into the shoes of the senior royals, taking on more responsibilities than ever before. All the while, he clung to the advice his grandmother had imparted to him during his more difficult times: handle your duties with grace, and always think of the monarchy's future. These words would become his guiding light as he navigated the turbulent waters of royal life. Among the most shocking revelations in Queen Elizabeth's will was the fate of the royal properties, a subject of much speculation for years. The Queen's vast wealth had been built not only through her royal duties but also through personal investments, art, and private ventures. She had amassed a fortune over the years, and the distribution of this wealth had always been shrouded in secrecy. The reading of her will, however, lifted the veil on these mysteries. It was revealed that Buckingham Palace, which many had assumed would pass directly within the family, was in fact part of the Crown estate, not under the Queen's personal ownership. This decision, which had been made years earlier, marked a significant departure from centuries-old traditions. It raised critical questions about the future structure of the monarchy, as it indicated a shift in how royal assets would be managed in the future. Beyond the financial assets, Queen Elizabeth's will also contained priceless heirlooms, sentimental treasures, and pieces of royal history. These items, including artworks, antiques, and jewelry, held deep emotional significance. For Prince William, the reading of the will was not just about financial matters, it was a moment that would redefine his role as the future monarch. Some family members were surprised by the bequests they received, while others faced unexpected omissions. The symbolism of these choices, combined with the shifting of power and resources, left Buckingham Palace reeling. The monarchy, it seemed, was on the verge of a transformation, one that would challenge the family's long-standing traditions and force them to adapt to the changing world around them. The tension surrounding the will's revelations was only heightened by events that had unfolded in the weeks leading up to Queen Elizabeth's death. The Queen, who had long been seen as the epitome of grace and forgiveness, had made her thoughts on Meghan Markle known in a rare and candid moment. During a private drinks reception, the Queen described the Duchess of Sussex in stark terms. According to sources present, the Queen, known for her legendary forgiveness, shocked those around her by calling Meghan evil. This was an extraordinary statement, particularly coming from a woman who had long been regarded as one of the most forgiving figures in the world. Her words were not just a passing remark, they were a reflection of the deep disappointment she felt about how events had unfolded within her family, particularly with regard to Prince Harry and Meghan's decision to step back from royal duties. The Queen's assessment of Meghan Markle left those present in stunned silence. It was out of character for the monarch to use such harsh language, and the statement sent ripples through the royal family and beyond. As the news of the Queen's comments spread, the public began to speculate about the impact of these revelations on the future of the monarchy. Some saw the Queen's words as a sign of frustration and regret over how her family had been divided, while others interpreted them as a final act of clarity in a situation that had become increasingly complex. In the weeks following the Queen's passing, the royal family found itself at a crossroads. The monarchy, long seen as a symbol of continuity and stability, was now being forced to confront its future in a world that was increasingly skeptical of its relevance. The revelations in Queen Elizabeth's will were not just about dividing her estate, they were about shaping the monarchy's future. They bridged the gap between the past and the future, while also challenging long-held traditions. Prince William, now the central figure in the monarchy's future, found himself at the heart of a transformation that would determine the future of the royal family. For Prince William, the weight of his new responsibilities was immense. "I don't envy his role at the moment," one royal insider remarked. "He's got a lot on his plate." Indeed, William was juggling the ongoing challenges within the royal family, including his wife's illness, the needs of his children, and the ever-present demands of royal duties. Despite these personal challenges, William continued to honor his grandmother's advice, taking on as many official engagements as possible. His actions reflected the maturity, common sense, and empathy required to navigate the complex dynamics of the monarchy. The Queen had always advised her family to be seen to be believed, and this was more relevant than ever for Prince William. In the face of adversity, he knew that the monarchy's survival depended not just on maintaining appearances but on demonstrating a genuine commitment to the future. William's efforts to maintain stability within the royal family were not just about appearances, they were about securing the monarchy's place in a rapidly changing world. As the monarchy stood at the threshold of a new era, Prince William's role was more crucial than ever. The revelations in Queen Elizabeth's will had set the stage for a transformation, one that would challenge the family's traditions and force them to adapt to the modern world. The world watched as the future king navigated the complex terrain of family dynamics, royal duties, and personal challenges. How he chose to handle these unprecedented revelations would shape not only his own legacy but the future of the British monarchy itself. In the end, the monarchy's future rested on the choices Prince William made. The weight of history, tradition, and modern expectations all bore down on him. As he faced the challenges ahead, he could take solace in the wisdom of his grandmother's final words, knowing that his actions would determine the course of history for generations to come. The monarchy, for better or for worse, would never be the same. But with William at the helm, it was clear that the royal family would do everything in its power to adapt and thrive in an ever-changing world.